Previously on Cinemaster.
So, my old foe, I knew the day would come when our paths would cross again.
Of course! If I take the equations and turn them into hexadecimals, then convert them into binary code and configure them as algorithms, I will have uncovered the secrets of hypertime.
It was never about Johnny. Don't you see? I love you.
Just don't get it. Must reach Dorito-y goodness!
You know, you should paint these walls pink. And I don't know what this is, but yeah, you should change that. You know, you should put some fish in there. I don't know, I don't like that. And this, like, why are you sleeping on this? I don't understand.
There's the board! Revert all powers to forward shields and give me ramming speed. What do you yell at me? I'm not the one who thought making a spaceship out of a freaking apartment building was a good idea.
Oh, that is the cutest thing I've ever seen! Oh my god, I can't contain myself. I have to go find something cute and cuddly to squeeze.
So, I'm not talking about no fucking aliens. If you want me to talk about aliens, where the fuck is the liquor?
All I could find was this bunny, and for some reason it has a hole in its head. Oh well, some tape will take care of it.
Like, hello, why am I? See, this is what's wrong with black people. You get a nice job, and you work by yourself, and nobody bothers you, and you're fucking sober.
Right, Mr. Fluffy? Next time we're gonna watch a movie with more singing and dancing.
That's what we were all meant to think. But the real killer is Mr. Fluffy! What the fuck did that have to do with anything?
All bets! Oh! Did you think what the hell I was going to do? Every time I stand in front of you, so you don't have disrespect. How far can you take that bullshit? Now it's time to get this shit on. Oh, that's wrong. Oh, that's wrong. Oh, that's wrong. Oh, that's wrong. All bets are on! I keep on thinking that it's all done and all over now. You keep on thinking you can save me, save me.
So, where were we?
Oh yeah, Chris leaves the junkyard but has to leave Nancy behind and keep Fagin distracted and takes this kid named Duck with him because...
I saw the boy cast a glance toward Faith as she ran away, his eyes sad at having to leave his good friend. But his sadness lasted only a moment.
For now, he had a new special friend. One who would do all the things she wouldn't.
His companion, the one they called Duck, had many questions, and Chris did his best to answer them and calm his friend's fears.
You see, this was Duck's first time with a companion, so it was only natural for him to be a little nervous.
And Duck wondered where they were headed and if they were headed in the right direction.
Chris told him that their journey would be filled with hardship and ridicule, but by the end, most would find tolerance, some even acceptance.
The two fall down a hill into a bog, which happens to have a monster in it. Duck manages to get himself free and runs away scared, leaving Chris to fend for himself. Chris makes his way to the other side of the bog, where he's rescued by a Boy Scout.
Well, you know that would never happen. They hate gay people.
what was that thing?
You come from a city, right?
Yeah.
That horrid, wretched excuse for a city is the cause of what you see here. All the crime, the drugs, the pollution, it all trickled down here and created a living, breathing thing. The creature that attacked you.
Okay, 1. He lived in a junkyard surrounded by a bunch of trailers, not in a fucking city. 2. When did this become an Amish anti-city movie? 3. He lived in a fucking junkyard surrounded by a bunch of trailers, not in a fucking city.
And by that logic, wouldn't that make Celestial City one of those shitholes to live in since it's, you know, an actual city?
The thing is,
The boy leads Chris to a path and sends him on his way. Personally, I like to assume that the kid ditched Chris after Chris blew his cover by hitting on him. Chris continues on his journey when he runs into a man in a red suit who is obviously the devil, complete with fiddle.
They must be in Georgia.
boy, let me tell you what. I guess you didn't know it, but I'm a fiddle player too.
Okay, so it's not really a fiddle, but come on. It's the closest chance I'm ever going to get to make that joke. He trades a map of a shortcut to Celestial City to Chris for a comb, and seeing how everyone is dirty and unkept in this world, I can see why a comb is more valuable than gold. Since it's a map given to him by the devil, he ends up in the Evil Dead forest. I'm not even joking about that one.
Yeah, well, I've had my fill of seeing people raped by trees, thank you very much. I think I'd rather play something a lot less violating.
The morning cold and raining, dark before the dawn could come. How long in twilight waiting.
I take it back, I'd rather see people raped by trees.
Not knowing what to do, Chris looks in the book for answers, and I guess it said run away, you dipshit, because that's all he does. Really, kid? You had to read the book to come up with that solution?
You half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder!
He makes his way to Wicket Gate, a halfway point to Celestial City, which is run by Stifler's mom. She tells him a story about a war, which is basically the story of God and Lucifer over heaven. After a hearty breakfast of egg and milk, it's off to continue to march to Mordor.
I wouldn't go that way if I were you.
Let me guess, it's the Cheshire Cat.
Are you talking to me? I don't see anyone else around here.
This guy in the cage is an intellectual who trapped himself by being too smart, the basic message being that the smarter you become, the dumber you become, trapping yourself in a cage when all you really need is the Bible to get you through life.
You know, it's funny. If it wasn't for those intellectuals they're chastising, they wouldn't have the film, or the camera, or the editing program they needed to make this piece of shit movie. Intellectuals 1, Chris Fable 0.
Chris continues his journey, having gotten rid of the burden of his backpack along the way. Now what's Gollum supposed to fight him over at Casa Dune?
He wants it. We need it. Must have the precious.
When he meets a sword-carrying cowboy?
It just raises too many questions.
Apparently, this guy knows the preacher and tells Chris a bunch of Bible stories. Yippee, I can hardly contain my excitement. The next day, he teaches him how to use a sword and then sends him on his way. You know, this people showing up to help him for 5 seconds and then sending him on his way is getting real old real fast. After that, we get more walking scenes.
Seriously, Jerry had less walking than this.
Elsewhere, Fagin is talking to Dr. Claw about Chris's escape.
You fool. Get gadget.
He tells Fagin to find Chris and bring him back. I don't know what the big deal is. Chris isn't even that bright, and they have more than enough kids under their thumb. Unless Chris is carrying the T-virus, it's not much of a loss there. Nancy, who was actually named Faith, by the way, catches up with him, and they face off against more attacking woods, giant bugs, and the fucking sky itself. You know, when the sky itself is against you, maybe it's time to crawl under a rock and live out the rest of your life eating grubworms.
Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase.
Thanks for coming after me. It really means a lot.
I always plan to go with you. I just got delayed.
Yes, unfortunately, there was some nasty business in Sunnydale she had to attend to first. 5 by 5.
After another run-in with the movie's Fagin, where he tries to kill Chris rather than bring him back, yeah, this movie's continuity is all over the place. They run into a building that looks like Arcade's House of Fun, where the devil, again, this time calling himself Luke, spelled L-U-C, does a song and dance number.
He's at the door.
He's absolutely right!
The name's Luke, your humble host, your loyal servant with the most fun, most joy, excitement, and love.
My God, this is painful. Even the actors seem like they no longer want to be a part of this thing. The editor certainly didn't, otherwise he would have clearly paid more attention to this green screen effect. Look at this. This girl's leg is clearly getting cropped out of the shot here. This is like something you'd see on a bad LSD trip that was followed up with Pop Rocks and Pepsi and topped off with an all-syrup Slurpee.
Not that I would know that from experience or anything.
That face says it all, people. That is the face of someone who just realized that any future career in acting has been flushed down the toilet. There are some really weird choices in this scene, too. He's supposed to be tempting Chris into staying by letting him overindulge in things that are supposedly not good for you, like junk food, video games, and what I assume is to be rock music. And what I assume is supposed to be rock music. Batman must have been a ghostwriter on this thing.
Punk is nothing but death, and crime, and the rage of a beast!
But then they start showing stuff like surfing. What's wrong with that? It's good exercise. Flying. Why is flying bad for you? What the fuck? You know how much gas mileage you would save if you could fly? And Tai Chi. Tai Chi. What's so evil about Tai Chi? More importantly, what child is enticed by the allure of Tai Chi? Benjamin Button? How many 13-year, 14-year-olds you see in the park doing Tai Chi? Parents beware, there's a new danger out on the streets that your children must be aware of, called Tai Chi.
You are correct. It does not compute.
Chris is living a life of luxury when the preacher shows up to talk to him. So, what, he's not even a little curious about how she got there or why she hasn't shown up until now?
Chris, you can't stay here.
I can do whatever I want. You know, I'm sick and tired of people like you and Iggy telling me what to do all the time. Luke doesn't tell me what to do. He lets me do whatever I want.
This place is not what it seems, and neither is Luke.
Luke's my friend.
No, he's not.
You are? What have you ever done for me? Ever since I met you, it's do this, do that, go here, go there. I've been almost killed more times than I care to remember. Some friend you are.
He does have a point there. Then again, they do say you always hurt the ones you love. Well, man, the ones you commit statutory rape with.
She gets through to him, telling him that Faith has been captured, convincing him to take off his glasses, where we see the city really looks... Oh, come on! Again with the bad green screen editing? This person really just did not give a shit. This girl is Hope, and Chris takes her with him to rescue Faith, not even bothering to help free the other slaves.
Hey! You, sir, are an asshole!
Faith manages to escape from Luke, which makes you wonder why she waited until now to do so, while Chris tears up the place, revealing what the city looks like to everyone else. Yeah, that's nice and all, except they're still fucking chained up, asshole!
Who here knows how to pick a lock?
The three meet up and escape from the building just before it explodes,
thus killing everyone held captive inside. Our hero, everyone.
But they're not out of the woods yet, as Luke shows up with a Are you fucking kidding me with that thing? It looks like something out of Angela Anaconda. Luke asks Chris to join him, and when Chris refuses, Luke fires on them, killing Faith.
And with her death, Hope's Slayer powers were activated.
Chris and Hope run for their lives as Luke continues to chase them. You know, you gotta love how missiles just land right next to them and don't explode. Yep, maybe you should try not making your missiles out of skyrockets and paper mache next time. Anyway, they get to a cliff and Chris pulls a David and Goliath on the robot. But it's not over yet. Chris and Luke have to have their epic sword fight. And if there's one good thing I can take away from this scene, is that Luke's sword is badass. Shit, I'd sell my soul for a sword like that. You don't say.
Why, I just happen to have a contract right here. Wait, this place looks familiar. Dom Perignon? Yeah? I already have your soul. You do? Yeah, you sold it to me 5 months ago. I did? What'd I get for it? Well, let me. It was a busy month, you know. 'Tis the season. Let's see what we got here. Diane Hathaway sold her soul for an Oscar. Russell Crowe here sold his souls for at least one person to praise his singing. Ben Savage sold his soul to get back on television. That'll happen later on this year. Here we go. Dom Perignon. You sold your soul so that all the Twinkies in the world would be eliminated. Well, that was a waste. They went out of business shortly after that. Yes, they did, didn't they? Wait a second. Does that mean I get my soul back?
Chris loses, of course, forcing him and Hope to jump off the cliff.
Okay, I made that ending up. But you have to admit, it's much better than watching the rest of this trash.
However, I wouldn't be much of a reviewer if I didn't actually finish the movie. They land in the water and Chris is fished out by a fishing net. Boy, is that guy gonna be pissed when he finds out that his quota for the day is another mouth to feed.
Chris awoke to see Hope's bright smile. Then, to his delight, he saw Faith.
Oh my God, the devil walks the earth and the dead rise from the grave. The book was right and Armageddon is upon us. Run for your life, Chris! Run for your life!
So it turns out it was all a dream that the preacher had, and she's telling it to her church congregation. I couldn't even make that up if I wanted to.
Was it a dream or wasn't it? You know what? Who gives a shit? This movie sucks.
Okay, so it wasn't so much Christian propaganda as it was Bible propaganda. The movie is pretty much saying that everything you need to live a full and happy life is in the Bible, and without it you'll fall under the devil's spell and your life will end in ruin, which is far from true. Many people live a righteous full life without so much as touching a Bible, let alone reading it. I get that the makers are trying to share what helps them live a fulfilling life, but the messages, because there were a few of them, come across arrogant and ignorant in many ways. The story itself was inspired by a John Bunyan story called The Pilgrim's Progress, written in 1678. A story that many of the movies I referred to during this review was influenced from. All except Oliver Twist. I don't know where the fuck that fits into the story. In it, a man named Christian leaves his wife and children to journey to Wicket Gate to relieve his sins in order for him to get into Celestial City, proving that it's okay to sin as long as it's to get rid of all of your other sins.
Why not? Makes as much sense as making fun of bad movies because you lack the skill sets to make a good movie yourself. Okay, now that I'm definitely not keeping.
Well, I can't stand to look at you now. This revolution.
Oh, that's wrong! 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 Yo, it's coming! It's coming! Here's one! Back to the face!
Is it over?